Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. It's surprisingly cold today. Although, to be fair, we're still in March and everything, so it's like, but we had like a really nice run where it was like really nice, and I was like, man, I think we finally pushed past it. And winter was like, not quite. It's gonna, just a little bit. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, oh damn, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And yeah, that's the case today. I went over there. I had a little bit of a day at work. It wasn't an awful day, like nothing for the record books, but like definitely taxing, Like I'm the type of person where it's like, if you give me the option between being stressed or bored, I'll take bored any day. I hate being stressed out. I hate having to bounce around a lot. But sometimes you got to do it, and that's what I had to do. So when I got off work, I'm like, man, I need something to kind of lift my spirits a little bit, kind of allow me to, just sort of. So, where did I stop? What did I get? Well, it happens to be, boom, from Dunkin, aka Dunkin' Donuts. And it turns out that they had some new items. I just got through reviewing their sweet black pepper bacon breakfast sandwich. That's a fucking mouthful. And now I'm trying out, boom, these are, because there's two of them, they're ham and Swiss pretzel sliders. Ooh. You have to get them as a thing of two because they come in a little fancy box. They're so tiny. They're kind of adorable. They look like that, but let's get a proper thing for the thing. They're so little. Alright, let's get a thing for the thing here. I'll just kind of like this, and we'll just go. Ha 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 ha! Sure. Let's try out a tiny slider. Wasn't expecting there to be like a mustard. Okay. That's a nice surprise. Mustard's one of those things that as I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate more. As a kid, unless it was honey mustard, I couldn't get down with it at all. My dad would always try to get me into it, but as I've gotten older, though, I wouldn't say I'm like a huge mustard fan, especially like yellow mustard, but like some of the fancier mustards, still like a honey mustard. Credit where it's due to this. The first thing that I tasted when I bit into it was the pretzel bun. And I feel like, hey, if you're putting that as, part of the namesake, that needs to be a defining quality. And it is. So good on them there. After that, I did get some of the ham. And the ham was decent tasting. I wouldn't, it's not like proper deli ham or anything, but honestly probably better than I was expecting for, basically fast food ham. Shortly thereafter, that's when I started getting the tanginess of the mustard, which was both good and bad. It was, because the mustard itself, not bad. Again, a little bit of tanginess to it, gave it a little extra dimension that I wasn't expecting. The only thing was, because the ham isn't, again, it's better than what I was expecting. It's not like proper, really nice ham. I felt like the ham kind of faded out when the mustard kicked in. But let's go in for another bite. Yeah, the ham, it's not bad. It actually has decent enough flavor. But as soon as that mustard kicks in, And the mustard itself isn't like a super mustardy tasting mustard. It's more of a little bit of a tanginess kind of thing. But that's not bad, actually. The Swiss isn't really doing much. The problem is that Swiss is a cheese, which has never been my personal favorite cheese, but, if you use it in the right application, I'm fine with it. The thing with Swiss, though, is that, it's a strong cheese for what it is, but if you're not using good quality Swiss, it tends to kind of, be fairly diminished in what it can do. And that's definitely the case here. The Swiss is there. It's certainly adding a little something, but if you're looking for a strong Swiss cheese flavor, not exactly there. But the pretzel aspect is nice. I do like that. The ham tastes pretty good. And again, I like the zinginess of the mustard. It's not like a strong mustard or anything, but it adds a little dimension to it. I do like that. It's honestly better than what I was expecting. Dunkin' for me, I find them to be very hit or miss when it comes to their breakfast stuff. They have some really solid stuff every now and again that I actively really like, and I'll go back for multiple times. And then there's the rest of what they have, which is usually kind of a little bit below par for even kind of fast food breakfast stuff. This, I would say, is above par. I'd be willing to go over there with the, what the hell was it? The sweet black pepper bacon breakfast sandwich. You can watch my review if you want my full take on it. But that one I was a little bit here or there on. It wasn't bad, wasn't great. It was kind of, This, it's not great, but I'd be willing to go as far as to say that it's good. That's a nice thing. I like the flavors that are there. I appreciate that. Again, it surprised me a little bit with the mustard. Obviously, you could get a way better version of this sandwich without much difficulty, but for being a fast food item and something you're probably buying more for convenience than anything, especially when you're considering, you can get it, excuse me, relatively early in the morning. Yeah, I'll go with it. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. Yeah, I think that for me personally, this is something where, again, a lot of it is convenience-based because, again, I could get a pretzel bun. I could get my own mustard. I could go over there and make this sandwich relatively easily. But a lot of times, like today, where I'm just wore out after work, I can't be bothered, man. I just want to grab something simple and easy. And if it can taste good, well, all the better. And I would say that this tastes good, and I do appreciate what they did with it. I feel like they put in a little extra effort on this one, and I think that it shows. It's a nice item. Now, that said, if I'm recommending it, expectations, keep them within reason. At the end of the day, although I do personally enjoy it, it is still a fast food item. It is not going to stand up against a deli. It's not going to stand up against even like a supermarket sandwich. It works for what it is. And again, what it is convenient. And by convenient standards, I would personally say that it's, again, above par. It's nothing phenomenal, though. And again, if you're, looking for a real nice deli-style sandwich experience, not going to give it that. It's just not. But if you take it for what it is, again, especially if you consider when you can get it in the morning and stuff like that, sure, why not? It's not too bad. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly pretzel bun-tastic rest of your life. Sure, pretzel buns are good. I don't think they're as all that as some people make them out to be, but certainly they're a nice thing. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal take on the pretzel bun? Again, is it like, do you think that it lives up to the hype? Or do you feel like, yeah, maybe it's, it's good, but it's not as good? Because I remember, God, probably back like 15 years ago, maybe longer, when the pretzel bun started becoming a little bit more of a commonplace thing, Wendy's had it, and it was like, ooh, it's a pretzel bun. We're all fancy. And I remember, getting some pretzel bun stuff and being like, it's good. I don't fucking see what the big deal is. But that's just me. What about you?